You won it, but you weren't here. I had some people ask me some questions about my settings and currently what I'd use. And so I'm going to go ahead and show it off, and maybe I can help you guys out. And maybe there's some settings in here that you don't know that you need to turn on that will make your game play a lot better and make you perform better as well. So since this engine is like it is in Modern Warfare 2019, there's a couple of things that are going to be exactly the same and some things that aren't going to work exactly. You can still do a couple of these things. I still recommend these settings on both Modern Warfare 2019 or Vanguard. So first, let's go over the settings for keyboard and mouse, and then we'll go into controller. Now, controller, I really don't know too much about, so I won't really be able to touch on like the dead zones and stuff like that. Show you still what I would roughly use. So you want to keep your ADS mouse sensitivity at relative. When it comes to ADS sensitivity, I really don't like to touch all these extra things unless you're on a controller. There's really no point to. Just leave it all exactly the same. No need to mess with it unless you really want to make your higher zooms a lot faster or slower or whatever you like. But I tend to keep all that the same. When it comes in here, obviously turn off mouse accel, mouse filtering, mouse smoothing, all that stuff. Turn it all off. So the gameplay, you want to make sure that your glide behavior is on tap. You don't want this to be on hold. It's not a good thing. And this goes the same for console because, or with same thing with controller, you want to put it on tap because essentially what this allows you to do is allows you to slide cancel. And slide cancel is essentially the biggest form of movement in Call of Duty from 2019 and into this one because slide canceling is massive. It changes up the game. It changes up how good you are and just how much more skillful you are compared to the enemy team. If you can slide cancel and you can do it very, very well, you need to have this on. And if you don't know essentially how to slide cancel, it's just basically you slide, you double tap your slide key and you jump while you're sliding. That makes you more of a harder target to hit. Even though in Vanguard it's a little bit nerfed, it still works the same as it does in Modern Warfare 2019 Warzone, just not as insane. Because in Warzone, you can slide cancel over and over again and reset the timer. In this, you can't reset the tac sprint timer, but it's still a very, very important thing to do. I still recommend that you put this on tap, and I still recommend that you slide cancel. It's just not as effective, but it's still very, very useful to use because it makes you a harder target to hit. The next very, very important step that you should put on, and this goes for console and mouse and keyboard and all that stuff, is put on automatic tac sprint. And as weird as this sounds, automatic tac sprint frees up another slot for your hands, if this makes sense. So when you're running and I'm just hitting W, I will tac sprint by just hitting W. Straight off the rip. I don't have to hit sprint. I don't have to do anything like that. It just works immediately until that setting is gone. And it works so well because when you're in that tactical sprint and more ready for a gunfight than having just a normal run, you actually are a little bit more quicker. Your ready speed is better when you come out of a tac sprint than you do just a normal sprint. So I actually recommend putting on automatic tactical sprint. As weird as it sounds, trust me, get used to it. It is a really, really key important thing to put on. So under the gameplay tab and by movement, if you scroll down to where it says automatic tac sprint, the next thing under, if you show the bar and hit show more, you're going to see sprint cancels reload. You're going to want this because turning it on, it is so annoying not to be able to get out of an engagement because you're out of ammo. You're going to die 9 times out of 10 because you're out of ammo and you're sitting there reloading out in the open or whatever. It happens. You run out of ammo. You try to run away. You got to do something else. You got to get a better cover because you ran out of ammo. You weren't paying attention. Turn this on. It's off by default, and I think it's the stupidest thing to make this a setting because I'll guarantee you a lot of people don't even know it's a thing. So go through and make sure you turn on sprint cancels reload. And then ADS field of view. You want this on affected. And essentially what affected does is it doesn't zoom you in all the way when you aim in. And so it makes it so that your recoil doesn't feel as bouncy and you can have more control over what you're doing and what you're seeing. So put this on affected. Don't put it on an independent. Independent is not good. It zooms you in way too much. It's just not worth the hassle. The guns feel a lot more consistent with affected. Independent is just not the move. All right, so now let's get into the controller and what I would run if I was running a controller. I like putting my stuff at 6 sensitivity. I think 1010 and 2020 and all the extra stuff is nice and clean and all. But in my opinion, I think lower is better. So try and do, try and get used to a lower sensitivity, at least around like the 6 to 9 to 8. In my opinion. And I don't really, again, I don't know anything about ADS sensitivity for this or about dead zones or anything like that. So all this stuff is just kind of casual stuff to make sure you go through and you turn off all these settings and change them how you like them. Again, I'm not the really kind of person to talk about controller stuff because I am not a controller player. I am mainly a mouse and keyboard player. So with that being said, I'm going to go and show you guys some gameplay that I had of me going through and just absolutely dominating the enemy team. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Maybe hopefully I showed you something that you never even knew was there. And hopefully it makes your Vanguard experience a little bit better. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a good one. In that corner. That's a teammate. How am I still getting hit by that gas? Okay, the rat is actually nasty, dude. Not gonna lie. The rat-a-tat or whatever the fucking gun is, I think it's cracked. I don't know where this team's gonna spawn, but found him.
Double kill. Hostiles took the patrol zone. Mercenary. Attack dogs ready for action. Double kill. Patrol zone secured. Repo kill. Enemy care package inbound.
No, I knew I saw him last second. Dude, pain.
The pack is loose. Double kill. Pack's getting thinned. Patrol zone is ours.
Oh, I died to that? Bullshit, dude.
We have the patrol zone. Pack's taking losses.
I want to make sure no one's behind me there.
Push down. Enemy has a counter recon aircraft.
Kind of recon.
We got an empty patrol zone. Double kill. Repo kill. Patrol zone secured. Counter recon aircraft fueled and ready. Fury kill. Running out of time. Get that zone.
They're sitting in a corner by some bushes. Still there.
Double kill. Hostiles took the patrol zone.
That was a really bad idea. I felt that one in my bones. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die pushing that. Hello?
Counter recon aircraft. Time is up. Bring it on. Control zone secured.
Couldn't see him because my teammate there. Oh, I just fucked the push on that one. That one I just screwed up.
They have the patrol zone.
Guy spawned behind me.
Patrol zone secured. Double kill. Counter recon aircraft.
No, dude. That guy spawned behind me, dude.
Recon airborne.
Why did so many teams spawn behind me, dude?
Contact to the patrol zone.
Sitting in a corner, pussy. What the fuck? Probably still there.
Zone secured.
Nope. Surprising.
Whoa, that didn't go as planned.
Very surprised that guy was still sitting in the corner. I mean, now that the beta's open, pretty nice and neat, but